The moon hung over the ghost house like a jaundiced, watchful eye. It was a sprawling Victorian monstrosity, its windows shattered like broken teeth, and its hallways echoing with the rhythmic waka-waka-waka of a yellow blur darting through the shadows. Pac-Man skidded around a corner, his spherical body vibrating with urgency. He wasn't looking for pellets tonight. He was looking for safety. Behind him, the low, guttural growl of a predator vibrated through the floorboards, a sound that didn't belong in the digital neon of his world. Crash, Pac-Man squeaked, his wedge-shaped mouth agape. It's gaining on me. A frantic, spinning blur of orange fur slammed into the hallway, knocking a suit of armor off its stand. Crash Bandicoot tumbled to a halt, his wild eyebrows twitching with manic energy. He clapped his hands to his cheeks, his eyes bulging as he caught sight of the hulking silhouette emerging from the gloom. It was a wolf, but not of this earth. It stood 7 feet tall, its fur a matted midnight blue, and its eyes burned with a chaotic, glowing red. It was a werewolf, but its anatomy flickered with the jagged, pixelated glitches of a corrupted game file. "Whoa!" Crash yelped, spinning into a tornado of fur and limbs. The werewolf lunged, its claws tearing through the hardwood floor like it was paper. It wasn't just hunting, it was deleting. Wherever its claws struck, the wooden floor turned into static, leaving a gaping hole of nothingness in reality. "We need a power pellet," Pac-Man shouted, frantically checking his empty pockets. "Or a lump of fruit, anything." Crash skidded to a stop, his brain whirring. He looked at the monster, then at the glowing, eerie atmosphere of the ghost house. He noticed the creature's shadow wasn't a shadow at all. It was a trail of binary code leaking into the floorboards. "Ooh bugga!" Crash pointed at a chandelier hanging precariously above the beast. Pac-Man caught the drift. The yellow hero zipped forward, performing a daring hairpin turn that left a trail of yellow light. The werewolf roared, a sound like a synthesizer dying, and swiped at Pac-Man. Pac-Man dove, his body flattening against the floor, and the beast's claws missed his head by a pixel. Crash didn't waste a second. He leaped onto the wall, scaled a rotting tapestry with the agility of a jungle cat, and lunged for the chandelier rope. He swung out, his momentum carrying him into the air, and dropped his entire body weight onto the iron fixture. Crack! The chandelier plummeted. The werewolf looked up, its glowing red eyes widening. It lunged to escape, but Pac-Man, recovering from his slide, threw himself into the beast's ankles, locking his teeth onto the werewolf's fur. The beast tripped, stumbling right into the path of the falling iron. The chandelier crashed down with the force of a falling mountain, pinning the digital beast to the floor. As the heavy iron hit, the ghost house shuddered. The werewolf let out a final, distorted howl that echoed through the entire mansion, and then, like a television being turned off, it vanished. A puff of static, a flicker of light, and the creature was gone, leaving behind nothing but a few loose bits of corrupted code scattered on the floor. Pac-Man stood up, brushing dust off his yellow surface. He looked at Crash. Crash blinked, tilted his head, and gave a thumbs up, his tongue lolling out of his mouth in a goofy grin. "Wumpa?" Crash asked, holding out a single, slightly bruised fruit he'd found in his fur. Pac-Man laughed, a hollow, bubbling sound, and took the fruit. The moon continued to watch the ghost house, but the digital nightmare had faded. For tonight, at least, the house was just a house, and the heroes were safe to continue their strange, intertwined journey into the next level.